Hello children, would you like to listen to a story? Come join me, it's story time. Once upon a time there lived two thieves, yes, two of them, and their names were Chaklu and Timba. Now Chaklu was a scaredy poo. Do you know of anyone who gets really scared of things? Well, Chaklu was just like that. And if he saw a little baby cockroach, he would go, "Mummy, cockroach, cockroach, cockroach." But Timba was very brave. He was not scared of anything. He would come, puchak, smash the cockroach and say, "You silly fellow, I should never keep you as my partner." But then he did. And Chaklu and Timba together would go and steal houses all the time. But one fine day they decided, no. What we are doing is not right. Well, is it correct to steal? Of course it's not. And so Chaklu and Timba decided to give up stealing, to become good people. And so they set off to this beautiful river called the Ganges in the holy city of Kashi. They decided they would take one dip in the river and be cleansed of all their sins, of all the bad things they had done, and they would start a new life all over again. But back in the old days, when there were no flights and no trains, how could Chaklu and Timba travel? Can you guess? They didn't have any horses to go riding on. So they had to go walking. Chaklu and Timba set off on their 2 feet all the way to Kashi. And since they might get tired, they sang to themselves as they walked. Ding lam lam, lam lam, ding lam lam, tiding tiding, ding lam lam, ding lam lam, tiding tiding. That's how they walked. They walked all morning. They walked all noon. They walked all evening. It was night very soon. And the 2 travelers were very tired. They wanted a place to rest. They wanted something to eat. They were so hungry. And as luck would have it, they found a beautiful village with lovely little huts. And so they quickly walked up to the village. And right at the entrance, there was a lady. "Hello, welcome, welcome. Are you travelers? Are you tired? Do you want to rest? Do you want something to eat?" And both of them said, "Yes, yes, yes, yes." "Well then, welcome. Come into our village. Come wash your hands." And happily they washed their hands and they sat down to a lovely hot meal of rice and dal and chapatis and curry and paisam and kheer and laddus and everything. They enjoyed their lip-smacking delicious meal, drank some water, burped nice and loud, and they said, "Thank you so much. Now we're really tired and we'd like to catch a good night's sleep." And the lady said, "Please come." And she showed them a lovely little hut with 2 beds placed right there for Chaklu and Timba. They were so happy. They couldn't have had a luckier day than this, could they? Isn't it nice when you're really tired and there's good food and a lovely warm bed? Of course, the 2 were really happy. And the woman said, "Okay, good night, but don't forget the rule of our village." What? What rule of the village? Do you remember the rule? I don't remember the lady telling us any rule, and neither did Chaklu and Timba. And they said, "Madam, what rule are you talking about?" Oh, I told you the rule when you came in. No, you did not. Could you please tell us the rule again? Well, simple. The rule of our village is when you sleep at night, you must not ever snore. Do you get it? Snoring? Aha. Thought Chaklu and Timba. And Chaklu turned to Timba and said, Timba, do you snore? Ah, I don't snore. Do you snore? No, I don't snore at all. No. Well, ma'am, don't worry. Neither of us snore. Okay, good night, she said. And the woman walked off. But as she walked off, they called out, Ma'am, 1 minute. Yes, what is it? Well, if we snore, what happens? Punishment. And what is the punishment? In the morning, we will chop off your head. You will chop off our head if we snore? Yes. Good night. And the lady left. And Chaklu and Timba were so scared to sleep, wondering who's going to snore. And each one told the other, don't snore. And I won't. You don't snore. Because if anybody snored, in the morning their heads would be chopped off. Well, they were so tired that despite their fear, both of them fell asleep. And the whole village was fast asleep and quiet as can be. And just to make sure that nobody snored, they had a night watchman who would go all around the village with his stick. Tock, 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 tock. Go to sleep. Don't snore. Tock, tock. The night watchman went all around the village at 10 o'clock in the night. Silence and sleep. Again at 11 o'clock. Tock, tock. Go to sleep. Don't snore. Silence everywhere in the village. At 12, as the night watchman went along, tock, 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 tock. From one hut which had 2 strangers in the village, we could hear a sound. Yes, you guessed it. It was the sound of snoring, and there was Timba snoring away. Chaklu woke up. Timba, Timba, stop that. But Timba was fast asleep. He simply didn't know what was happening, and he snored and he snored. Poor Chaklu, he started pushing Timba and shaking Timba and trying to wake him up. Timba, wake up! Shh, 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 shh. And Timba went snoring louder. And the night watchman's stick had stopped because the night watchman had also heard the snore. And there he was, holding his stick up in the air and trying to strain his ears and listen to the sound. Was that a snore I heard? He wondered. And Chaklu could see the night watchman through the window, and the watchman was coming closer and closer to the hut. And here was Timba snoring away. Please, Timba, stop that. But there was no stopping Timba. And the watchman was coming closer and closer. And Chaklu was getting scared and more scared and more scared. And just then he thought of an idea. He thought, if I have to help me and my friend, the night watchman must not hear us. And so he started singing. And just as Timba went Chaklu said, rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. Rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. Rum pum pum. Now the night watchman, who came to hear the sound of the snore, what did he hear? He heard this lovely song. Rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. Rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. And the night watchman started singing. Instead of saying, "Go to sleep, don't snore," the night watchman began to sing. Rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. Rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. Now there was one couple who were wide awake in the middle of the night, and as they were talking to each other, they heard the night watchman singing, which was very strange. And so they opened their window and started listening to his song. And both of them came out and joined the night watchman. Rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. Rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. As the night watchman and the couple, all three went singing. Quickly, there were the children of the couple, 2 of them. They also came running out to join Mummy and Daddy, and they started singing too. Rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. Rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. The night watchman, the uncle, the auntie, the little children, everybody went singing and singing together. And as they sang, grandfather came out, grandmother came out, uncles came out, aunts came out, everybody came out of their houses, and everybody started joining in the singing and the dancing. And all of the village went rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. Rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. And this disturbed who else but the head of the village, the chief. And he woke up irritated from his sleep, and he banged open his door and looked out and said, "What is going on? What's all this commotion in the village?" And the children came running and said, "We're all singing and dancing this lovely song." Singing and dancing? Yes, yes. Rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. And the angry chief listened to the song and went, rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. Hey, I like that. And the chief also joined in the singing and the dancing, and everybody sang and danced till late in the morning. Rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. Rum pum 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 rum pum 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 rum pum 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 pum. And when it was morning, everybody was so tired but had had such a wonderful time. And the chief, he looked at Chaklu and said, "Come here, young man." "Yes, sir." Chaklu came very scared, wondering if anybody had found out anything. And the chief gave him a nice hard slap on his back and said, "Fantastic!" Oh, Chaklu went falling and said, "Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Wonderful song, very nice. You entertained the whole village. So here is a bag of gold coins." "A bag of gold coins? Thank you so much, sir." And Chaklu took the bag of gold coins and went into the room where his dear friend Timba was still sleeping and snoring. He woke him up and said, "Timba, look here, what we have got." "What is this?" "It is a bag of gold coins. I got it for singing." "Oh, that's so wonderful," said Timba. And from then on, the 2 thieves decided they will not steal anymore, but they will sing. And that is the story of Snorer and Singer. Bye-bye.
2014లో మనందరికీ ఎలా ఉంటుంది, ఈచ్ ఆఫ్ ద జోడియాక్స్కి నా టారో డైరెక్షనల్ టారో ద్వారా తప్పకుండా చూడాలి. అందుకే ఇవాళ మీ ఎదురుకుండా వచ్చేసాను.